Good evening, guys. I had a few thoughts that I wrote down on a piece of paper that was here, and I had some changes that I want to make to how I approach YouTube, and I also had some announcements that I really needed to make. First of all, I want to talk about the Cajun Picker Show. And no, there's no changes there except for the fact that this week it's not going to be on Thursday, it's going to be on Wednesday. And the reason is on Thursday, Glenn and I are going to be on the road headed to Chicago. So I didn't want to miss a Cajun Picker Show 2 weeks in a row. So I asked Mike and Glenn if they would mind doing it Wednesday. And also got in touch with Dwayne, Mothership Products, and found out what time he was going to do his show. So we're going to go on at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, do our show for an hour. And then right after that, whoever is watching, we're going to ask that you actually go and watch Mothership Products show. Because he's got a really good one. Like he's been on for a while, but he just started doing his own thing. So please support Dwayne. He's a really good guy, and he puts out some great content. This week on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central, he's doing a show where he's going to have Kurt, who is Tanya Thrifty Treasure's husband, and let me get this right, Whitney, who is John, the Cincinnati Picker's wife, on the show to talk. So he's basically going to talk to spouses of resellers, which I think is brilliant. There's so much of the same stuff out there on these reseller channels that he's really trying to do something new and something fresh. And I think it ought to be pretty cool. I know nothing at all about Kurt, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've seen Whitney a little bit. And she was very, very fun to watch, very entertaining. So I'm looking forward to that show. And I put the link, hopefully I remembered to put the link to Dwayne's channel down below, so you can go ahead and subscribe now. And I know I always tell y'all to, go watch these people or subscribe to these people. And, hey, that's the good part about having your own little channel, own little platform. You can support the people you like. So I'm gonna do it. That's one of the perks, right? So yeah, go check out Dwayne at 8 o'clock. Check us out first, Cajun Pickers, 7 o'clock on Wednesday Central. So let me look at my list here. I'm gonna make sure I cover everything. Okay, Chicago trip. We're leaving Thursday, and I'm gonna take y'all along using my handy dandy little camera here. Gonna be doing a lot of vlogging, and I don't know how soon I'm gonna get it uploaded because taking this kind of vlogs, it requires editing. But the plan is Glenn, me, and my wife are gonna leave out about 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. We're gonna drive somewhere probably just short of St. Louis. Stay in a hotel for the night, and then in the morning, on Friday morning, we're gonna keep going, but we're gonna hit some garage sales along the way. See if we can find anything out there, and then we'll finally make our way to Chicago, hopefully about 3 o'clock p.m. And then we're gonna go out to eat with some friends, and hopefully make some new friends, and then there'll be like a social type meetup thing later on that night. Probably some drinks will be involved there. Go to bed. Then in the morning, Glenn and I are kicking around the idea of getting out for maybe an hour and try and hit some garage sales right there in the local area, and then come back to the hotel for 8 o'clock to check in for the event. So it ought to be a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll get some good footage. I know there's going to be plenty of content creators there getting footage too. So you guys will be able to see this thing from a lot of different angles, short of, the actual the actual, speakers themselves, I don't think they want to be live streamed or videoed or anything like that, which, makes sense. You got to have a ticket got to pay to play, right? So you should see all the other really interesting stuff is going to happen outside of that anyway. So ought to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to it. People are starting to get excited. I think some people are like really nervous. I'm a little bit nervous, not super nervous, because I know I'm pretty tight with some of the people already that I know I'm going to meet up there. So I'm really more excited to actually meet these people in the flesh. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, so that's the plans for the Chicago trip, and then we'll be coming back on Sunday. My wife has to work Monday, so we can't really stick around for too long after that. So that's the Chicago plans. Let me scratch that out. Okay. Now, one thing that I've been struggling with lately is, I've been making videos for about a year, right at a year and close to a month now. So almost 13 months, minus a 5-month span where I was off of YouTube. But for most of that time, I put up a video and it would get nothing but likes and adulation and everybody loves you and all that. And lately, and some of it's my own fault, for dabbling with the drama a little bit, just to have fun. And, it created created a little hate, and some of it was deserved and some of it's undeserved, but it doesn't matter. I've kind of struggled with that because I'll upload a video and it'll immediately get like, 3 to 5 thumbs down, like within an hour. And then I'll look a few hours later, it's got a couple more, and like the last video I put up, out of only, 450 to 500 views, I think it's got like 9 or 10 dislikes already. So I've had a little, I've kind of struggled with that a little bit. And I finally come to the realization that, you can't, I don't think you can really pay that much attention to the dislikes, because I think, like, I'm almost certain that a lot of the dislikes are coming from the same people each time. Now, some of them may not be, because I've always gotten 1 or 2 dislikes on every video anyway, pretty much. But I think most of them are coming from the same people. So that tells me that even though they're disliking it, they're still watching. So a view is a view. It all pays the same. Some of the hate is justified. Some of it isn't. So, I've kind of like focused on the haters, and I probably just need to move on, because it's, they're still watching, right? So I think your haters will probably be some of your most loyal viewers, or they'll at least, you can't hate a video or you can't dislike a video without actually clicking in and scoring a watch. So at least they're doing that for me, right? And and at first I was like, well, maybe they're cowards because they're hitting dislike, but there's no comments down below, right? And I'm like, oh wait, I've blocked some people. They may not even be able to comment. All they can do is watch and dislike. So, and if they have multiple accounts, they could dislike it a few times, whatever, whatever. So, it takes a little while though it takes a little while to get used to that. And I've seen some of the other guys that make really good content that I think is really great content, like Crazy Picker Life, or the Golden Finger Picker, or Nick Hills, or any, I don't want to list everybody, but just a ton of guys that make nothing but good content, and they get dislikes. So it's hard not to let it affect your ego, but it's something that I have to get over, and I think I'm there. I think I'm okay with it. So this video will get disliked immediately, and I'll be fine with it. I'm good. At least I'll fake it. I'll fake it till I make it anyway. So that's the haters. and their views are just as valid as the lovers. And this is not a mutual admiration society, even though it kind of feels like it. And I think the dislikes hurt more in this community than they do on. You see, I got another channel, and it's not as tight knit as the reseller community, and actually not at all. And plenty of dislikes on that channel too, but doesn't feel quite so personal, right? Because it's not a tight knit community. So just something that takes a little time to get used to. So. Okay, so the next topic is vacation mode. So when I went on this week-long vacation just now, before I left, I put my account on vacation mode and 10-day handling time, and I sold a total of, and I left it on that mode from Friday to Thursday. I left it on vacation mode with 10-day handling time. In that time span, I sold 2 things. Now, the question was asked while I was doing that live show by Parrothead Picker, I believe. The question was asked, what percentage drop in sales do you anticipate? And I didn't really know, but I guessed 50%, and that number was way off. In my case, it was way worse. It may have something to do with my quick flip style, the fact that I don't have a huge inventory in my store. I've got just shy of 300 items right now, which is not a lot. If I had a couple of thousand, maybe I would have better results from that. So I sold 2 items, and then on Thursday I took vacation mode off, and I just changed the handling time every couple of days until actually not every couple of days. I just changed the handling time to 2 days since the weekend didn't count, and I shipped today. And I think I sold 15 items between Thursday and Sunday. I sold 15 items. So vacation mode is great, but depending on what your inventory is like, you may not get many sales, because it does put that big banner, with the sellers away. You may have some, there may be a delay in shipping your item, and blah blah. So it was much more drastic than I anticipated, which is fine. It's fine. I mean, all the stuff is going to sell eventually. The biggest loss is the fact that I wasn't here listing, and I wasn't able to do my full sourcing. But hey, that's what vacations are for, right? So vacation mode. Scratch that off. And next thing I have on here is that YouTube ad revenue is up. And the only reason I mentioned that is because I think a while back I mentioned, and I think several other content creators have mentioned, that YouTube revenue was way down, and it was following a bunch of advertisers pulled out and it was a pretty big story. Like $1 billion or so of ad revenue just disappeared from the YouTube. I got a cat over here just bitching. Just disappeared from the YouTube economy, and I don't know if everybody had the same effect, but a lot of the ones I talked to did. My ad revenue, which is pretty meager, dropped by like 60%, and I think maybe some of the big guys weren't affected as much. I think that maybe the smaller guys like me were maybe affected a little more. I'm not exactly sure, to tell you the truth, but I could tell you that in the past week or so, maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, the revenue is right back where it was before that happened. For me, I think you could talk about like the actual numbers, and I want to do a video on this someday. Actually look at actual YouTube revenue, because I'm not afraid to divulge that. It's nothing I'm not ashamed of making money with YouTube, and I'm not a secretive person. and I'll be up front. I'm not going to pour mouth. I'm not going to brag about how much it is. I'll just tell you what it is, right? It's not enough to be the sole motivating factor to do YouTube videos, at least in this arena. I can tell you that much right now. But anyway, the ad revenue, for whatever reason, is right back where it was before, which is awesome. That's good. That's a good thing for viewers, to have well-paid or relatively well-paid content creators, because that motivation is there. And no matter who you are, if you have a YouTube channel and you have monetization turned on, it's nice to make a little money, right? It just is. Nice to be compensated a little something for your time if people enjoy watching, right? And the people I enjoy watching, I want them to be paid as much as possible, right? And I don't begrudge an ad. Actually, I have YouTube Red, so I don't even see the ads anyway. But I don't begrudge them, putting as many ads as they want to put. I want them to get paid as much as possible. So ad revenue up, which is awesome for everybody. It's win-win-win, right? As Crazy Picker Life says, win-win-win or win-win. I think it's good for content creators. It's good for the viewers. It's good for YouTube. Hopefully it's good for the companies that advertise. So that's a win-win-win-win, right? If everything is healthy with the YouTube economy. So now the last thing I want to talk about is changes I'm going to make to this channel. And this is something I've been thinking about for a while. I struggled with this, and it really comes down to a work-life hobby balance. So YouTube makes a little bit of money, but it doesn't make enough money to be considered anything other than a hobby for me. So if I see it affecting either my business or time with family, taking too much time with family or putting too much pressure on any of those things, then I need to back off a little bit. So it has done that, and I don't want to get into too many personal details, but it's real. I have the kind of personality that whenever I do something, I don't really do it halfway. So I have to really be careful on a couple of fronts not to devote too much time to any given thing. It's something I have to be cognizant of. On one hand, when I've got that laser beam focus on that one thing, I typically can get really good at that thing that I'm focusing on, right? But on the other hand, it can take time away from other things that are more important in the long-term thinking, more important, and also lost my train of thought there. I was just talking about being focused. And also, whenever I dive so deeply into one activity, typically what happens is I burn myself out, and at that point I just put it away. I've done this before. I'll put whatever that thing is away, and I'll never do it again. And I like YouTube too much to let it get to that point, and so I need to kind of just back off without actually, just quitting. So what I'm going to do, my immediate plans, and these things are always subject to change for me, but my immediate plans are continue to do the Cajun Picker Show, continue to do the Reseller 6-pack. Those are both fun, and I love the social interaction with other people on the panel and the interaction with the audience. So I'm going to do those live shows. And the other live show I'm going to do is either weekly or probably bi-weekly. I'm going to do a Q&A, but it's not going to be the kind of Q&A where I just turn the camera on. I'm like, here I am, ask me questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull questions from all the videos that I've had since the last Q&A, and answer those. And if more questions pop up in the live chat, then I'll take those on too. That's something I've done before and I enjoy doing, and I kind of get away from it because I do other live stuff, and I just don't have time for it. So I'm going to get back to that. It's going to be kind of like what Crazy Picker Life does. I'm going to steal from them a little bit, but I'm just going to do it on a live show, just to get a little bit more interaction, because that's the one thing I do like about live shows. So the reason I don't want to do live shows is because, for one, when I start a live show, that's it. I'm locked in. I am stuck in front of that computer until that live show is over. So if something else comes up, I'm on the air and I can't really do anything else. I'm locked in. If I'm just doing like a vlog style video, I can hit record, do 15 seconds of video, hit off or pause or whatever, and then go do something else, and then come back an hour later, do 20 more seconds, right? It's like you can really chop it up. It doesn't have an impact on family life or work much at all, because you can take little bitty chunks throughout the day. So, and another reason I'm going to do the Q&A is because it kills two birds with one stone. A lot of the questions I get in the comments, I find I'm not really responding to comments very well these days. It'll take me like, a lot of times it'll take 30 minutes to an hour every couple of days for me to answer comments, and I really want to continue to do that. I know a lot of people that have YouTube channels with a lot more followers than I do are really good about answering all the comments. I'm horrible at it. I'm really bad, and I feel kind of bad about it. So I'm going to try and kill two birds with one stone with that Q&A show, because I know live shows are good. So I don't want to stop doing those. But what I'm going to stop doing, I'm going to stop doing the sold videos, even though they're popular, the most popular video I do. I'm not going to do those all the time. I'm not going to do my live haul shows. I may still do some kind of haul show, but it's probably or it's certainly not going to be live. The sold videos are certainly not going to be live if I do them at all. I'm going to go to more of a vlog style from here on out. I'm going to try that out for a while. I get a lot more creative. I get a lot more creative satisfaction out of that, and I find I like that better than the live videos. Now the live videos, I get immediate satisfaction, because I get that back and forth with the viewers and the comment stream and all that. I find that's like really like viscerally like pleasing in the moment, but later on, if I watch one of those videos myself, I'm like, golly, that's not really that great. I have a wailing cat. Let me turn this off. Okay, so I'm back, and let me finish that thought. I think I'll just have more satisfaction and be happier long term with vlog style videos for that kind of stuff. When I think about the content creators I really admire, I think about like Craigslist Hunter and Crazy Picker Life, and I mean, not that I don't admire everybody, but I mean, or not that those are the only guys that I admire, but I really like Craigslist Hunter. I like his vlog style. Even Noah Pardee, who is Dealer's son on Crazy Picker Life, he does all vlogs, and man, he gets to have a lot of fun with the edits. He does it daily. I'm not going to do that. I can't devote that much time to it, but I just appreciate the creative fun that those guys get to have, and they get to really control the message a lot more, and they're not always stuck in front of the computer blah 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 blah, because ultimately that's what all the live shows are. It's just blah blah blah, right? I want to get the camera out and about and show what I'm doing, and have a little more fun with it, away from inside, away, like Idaho Hillbilly. They do the same thing. They're out and about, doing this, doing that. They're everywhere, and I miss doing those kind of videos. So that's what I'm gonna do for now. So a little bit long-winded, and that's just what I am. That's just what I am, guys. I'm a little long-winded. I don't get to the point immediately. Hope y'all enjoyed, although I don't know really how entertaining this was. Don't forget Wednesday, 7 o'clock, Cajun Picker Show, followed by Dwayne Hale. So thanks for watching, guys. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.